Safe work practices and procedures, strategies to follow to keep workers safe. Safe work practices and procedures need to be in place for every specific organization in order to ensure that workers are safe within different working environments when completing their duties. Common areas pertaining to businesses within the ICT industry where policies and practices would need to be established in order to foster safe working environments would include the following areas. So, we're going to have a look at a number of different categories of specific types of hazards or things we need to be aware of in order to ensure that our work environments are safe. So, the first one is that of electrical safety. Electricity is extremely volatile with the potential to cause death in situations where workers are either not aware, trained, or are handling electrically hazardous equipment within certain areas. Safe work practices related to electricity include general electrical safety, cabling, leads, and tagging. So they are all procedures there that can be done in order to ensure that the electrical hazard can be maintained if we monitor those areas of electrical safety, cabling, leads, and tagging. So you'll see this in all the actual areas that pop up. The words written in blue are kind of our strategies for addressing these areas. The next area is that of ergonomics. Ergonomics refers to the relationship between humans and their working environments. Its aim is to ensure that the environments people work in are safe from both short term and long term risks to their health. Practices include adjustable furniture, the correct placement of equipment, posture, and exercise. And there's also a whole number of other range of certain strategies we can use to ensure that people, when working environments, are ergonomically sound and safe within their working areas. The third area is that of manual handling, which relates to the movement objects of varying weights. Workers need to be trained in manual handling techniques for scenarios when working either individually, in pairs, or in a team, as well as understanding legal weight limits they should be lifting. And they can also use specific equipment for lifting heavier objects, such as trolleys, pallet jacks, or even forklifts, depending on the weight of what needs to be lifted. Next, we have tools and equipment. Workers need to have an understanding of their selection of appropriate equipment and tools specific to their job tasks, and they need to be trained in how to use this equipment correctly and maintain that equipment so that it stays safe. Some equipment becomes unsafe if we don't maintain it and attend to it regularly, and that can lead to a hazard or an injury occurring. Workers also need to have strategies for the safe obtaining and disposal of equipment and products, as well as cleanup procedures. So basically, when they finish doing a working task, and specifically if they're doing a task off-site within someone else's workplace, they need to ensure that they clean up so that that environment goes back to a safe situation after their work is completed. Next, we have lighting, and this is the correct placement and use of both natural and artificial lighting in relation to working environments. Lighting needs to allow workers to clearly see what they are doing while also be not overpowering or creating glare. So within rooms, we often have artificial lighting coming down from the roof where the lights hang, and then natural lighting coming in from the windows. Within the IT environment, we traditionally have natural lighting coming in from the sides of the room, as if it's at the front or back of the room, it will create glare or shadowing within the room. Okay, and also and that ultimately will lead to strain coming to people's eyes. But we do want that combination happening within working environments. The final area is that of ventilation. Ventilation refers to airflow within the working environment. It can be controlled through windows, vents, as well as the use of air conditioning units. And obviously, with COVID-19 spreading throughout the world, it's so important that we have good ventilation within the room to minimize the transmission of the virus. So, along with these things we can do to ensure ventilation blows through the room, okay, and we have good airflow. We can also have things such as air purifiers as well going on in order to make sure that the air is as clean as possible within the room and not spreading any diseases within the environment. So I hope this video has given you understanding of the importance of safe work practices and procedures in relation to these 6 different areas. There are a whole variety of other areas too where there'd be safe work practices as well, but I hope this has given you a good introduction to ones that are specific to the ICT environment.